Ladies and gentlemen, is President William Ruto smart or selfish? Please kindly let me see your response on the comment section. I'm asking this question in relation to what is happening as far as the Haiti mission is concerned. Kindly, before I take you through that, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Now, the Haiti mission came up just after President William Ruto had gone to the US. And then later on, it was announced that together him and Biden had agreed that they are going to deploy Kenyan police officers to go and restore order in Haiti. Now, a lot of praises were given to the Kenyan police from President William Ruto. But the fact remains that here locally, we understand who are our police officers. When they were doing this, Kenyans also had their opinion as far as the deployment of the Kenyan police officers to Haiti is concerned. So they gave their opinion, and most of the Kenyans were saying no to that mission. And Kenyans had so many reasons as to why they were saying this. The first one is the insecurity in Haiti. People believe that if these people are able to remove their presidents from power, get their presidents killed, then probably the Kenyan police officers are going to put themselves in danger. And it was said that probably now our police officers were going to be maybe to lose their lives and such because of this kind of gangs that have been there in Haiti for quite some time now. That's the first reason as to why most of the Kenyans were skeptical about the president's move. The second one, it was the issue to do with the questions as to why Kenya. People are asking, why Kenya? President William Ruto on the other side is saying that Kenya is very competent. We have very well-trained police officers. But here locally, we know how they do things. Now, President said that they are trained. But the fact remains that even after now, just after the announcement of this deal between President William Ruto and, of course, Biden, the fact remained that later on, the police officers of Kenya had to be taken for a training that enabled them to have some skills that are going to be used in Haiti. But according to me, they could not be enough. There's no training that could take that time and then be enough. The second thing, even if the training was there, they could not get the military training. And considering the kind of aggressiveness that is being seen from these Haiti gangs, it's not easy for the Kenyan police to manage. And actually, that has been shown by various media stations, especially CNN, where we could see Kenyan police officers not able to access some places, not able to go through some streets, always within the Kenyan armored vehicles. And it was even said by some by some Haiti police officer that the Kenyan police officers are afraid. They only get into those vehicles, they're just moving around, but they're not engaging in battles with these gangs. So in a nutshell, the training the police received was not enough not to give them the courage to go and face these gangs. So therefore, when the Kenyans were raising some questions as far as this kind of a mission is concerned, they were right that Kenyan police officers are not at that level to go and manage it. Another thing that came up in Kenyans' minds is that if America has failed, what is this unique thing that Kenyans have that America could not produce? The first thing is that Americans have the better training. Second, they have the better equipment. But the Kenyan people have worse than any other in the European countries. But the Kenyans are being praised, the Kenyan police are being praised by President William Ruto and Biden that they are competent enough to go and face the Haiti gangs. So therefore, questions were being raised all over on why has President William Ruto decided to take Kenyan police officers to Haiti. Another question came up about funding. But now, President William Ruto said that the US government had committed a huge amount of funds to go and support this mission, together with the UN. But America was giving the most amount of money towards this mission, restoring Haiti to normality. So far, they haven't made significant steps towards ensuring that there is peace that has been restored, but there are gradual steps they're making, which are positive. But the fact remains, major places are being controlled still by the gangs. And considering how things are happening, it might be worse. Now, recently, despite of the challenges of funds that had been raised, where we had even almost Kenyan government giving money to that kind of a mission, William Ruto still decided to ensure that more other police officers have been deployed to go to Haiti. That means he's really committed to ensure this mission, Kenyan government has participated fully. Now, why am I doing this video today? President Trump has simply stopped the funding of this Haiti mission. And it's very clear Trump has not only done to that, but to many other organizations or any other mission that was unnecessary to the American people. Because they ask themselves, how does it benefit the American people? So as we speak today, it has stopped. And that means very well, the funding of the Kenyan police officers in Haiti, it's a major challenge as we speak. So are they going to come home or they're still going to hold it there? Is William Ruto going to develop other means, other sources of funds, or the Kenyan taxpayers' funds are going to fund the mission in Haiti? We are waiting to see what the president is going to do as far as that is concerned. Now, what could have led to President Trump cancelling the funding of this mission? Number one on the list, it is simply the interest of America. How is America benefiting from this kind of a mission? Because they had withdrawn before. Where again, fund another country to go and do it. So the first question that comes on board is, what is the benefit of this kind of a mission to the American people? They are spending more money. And what is the benefit of that? Because this mission, if you look at it very well, it must benefit America if it's funding it. Very simple and clear. And Trump has scrapped off so many programs that were not benefiting America directly. Second thing, it is what is happening in Kenya. As we speak, President William Ruto has renovated the Kenyan State House using huge amounts of money. Yet that was not basically unnecessary stuff at this point. It was not necessary. Renovating the billions of money, actually it was simply changing almost the entire architectural design of that place. It was not necessary because Kenyans have so many other problems. But one thing that touched even Trump, I'm sure if they were looking at this, it is simply the fact that the cost of renovation is too high. You wonder, why is this government spending so much money on such kind of necessary projects, yet they're also sending police officers to Haiti without funding them, expecting America to fund it? That is one of the things that I feel also resulted to Donald Trump deciding to cancel this deal. Another thing, it is the local expenditure. Apart from just State House, we're having flamboyant lifestyle of the Kenyan political class. First of all, let's not forget that William Ruto was recently ranked as among the most corrupt, actually number 2 in the entire world as among the most corrupt leaders. If that happened, then America knows very well, how can they trust this kind of a person? Which means there's so much money in Kenya that can be used in corruption, but not in funding this kind of missions. So it was very clear. Trump could have used this as an excuse as well, because how can you fund corrupt people to do other things? Let them use the money that is used corruption to fund the missions. So basically, the expenditure of the Kenyan money in the wrong way is one of the things that Americans have made the Americans decide to quit funding the Haiti mission. Let me see in the comment section, you guys, what you think after this kind of an incident where Trump has cancelled the funding of the Haiti mission is concerned. Let me see kindly if what you think President William Ruto is expected to do. My name is Abel Mekua. Kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel.